Hi everyone, my name is Charlie and this is Charlie and welcome to It's a Charlie Thing. This is where you get to catch up with me and Charlie. At this time of year we're talking all things Christmas, but maybe you can let them in on what they are going to see in our first Christmas cracker of 2025.
So we've got our usual with our Christmas crackers. It's the same every year. We've got our jokes. We start with our jokes. Well, not the same every year, but
Thank
like we
you.
have a similar format.
We might have a similar format, but I don't want these people thinking it's getting tired. They might never have seen us before.
It's not tired. There's nothing tired about this, apart from maybe
Something
us
tired about
sometimes.
me, but yeah.
Yeah. We start. Oh my gosh, we start with a joke. Wait, so we've got 2 likes, 1 dislike, and then after that we will be doing our gift guide. Then after the gift guide, we will talk about some like are we going to do like currently reading, I guess.
Maybe currently reading. I thought maybe, we might talk about some nice things that have gone on in the last week.
I was thinking that happy
Yeah,
memories, like
maybe
that's going to be a happy memory.
let you choose a book for me to read over the
Just a
course of
little chatter.
December.
So we'll
Yeah,
finish
just
on like a
a
little bit of a
little
chatter.
bit of nice chat for these people because they've not
Charlie
got to
chatter.
see us in such a long time. Anyway, this week, I think it'd be nice if we started with your joke, Charlie.
Why does Mrs. Claus call her lap the chimney?
I think I know, but go on.
So Santa will go down.
Yeah, yeah. I remember seeing that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's fine. It's like in searching for jokes for today,
We
there were
spoilt it for ourselves.
well, yeah, we are so intent on trying to up the other. I remember
That's bad. I don't think that's okay. Yeah,
oh, so
shouldn't
that
laugh
wasn't
at
your
that.
bad joke then.
No,
What was
I'll
your
tell you
bad
my
joke?
bad joke. I think I scrolled past that one because don't think that's okay. Right. Right. The thing is, though, it's a really, really shit joke, but it does make me laugh.
But we love a shit joke. Like literally, the video that I
It's
was like,
terrible, though. It
yeah, but
literally got right when I sent it out for like assessment. They put it at the bottom, but then it made me laugh because it was so bad. I don't know. It's
okay.
because what's Santa's pickup line?
Hmm. Oh, is it something
I'm
about?
jolly.
Go on.
I'm jolly, and I've got a full sack. It really made me laugh.
Yeah, yeah. I can understand why they told you not to go with that
I
one.
just there was something about the full sack that really made it tickled me.
Oh, Santa's full pack pickled you, did it?
I
Yeah.
don't know why. I just kept laughing. Really, I couldn't stop myself, and then when I started laughing about it, it just
Do you know, I'm really beginning to judge our friendship.
I know it was
Not in
just
a
the
good
worst
way.
joke, but sometimes when the worst joke just makes you laugh so much, I was just really, really
Oh, yeah,
laughing.
like I've got some favorite jokes that are absolutely terrible, but yeah, that one is up there.
I'm sorry, but it
Yeah.
made me laugh.
Um, anyway, I think we need to quickly pivot away from that. So let us go straight into our gift guide for 2025. Now, off
I feel
air,
like we should have some like jingly
there's been
music.
like a bit of a rush to do things, and so I haven't actually got the best gift guide that ever did live. I was searching websites and seeing what people might want this year if they are book lovers. And let me just tell you now, I do not go on BookTok. I don't go on TikTok. So when it was catering and tailoring everything on this bloody website to be about TikTok, there's nothing I could do. I don't even know what that is half the time. So I've gone basic.
Okay,
Very, very basic. What I have first is a badge.
a badge.
And this is in relation to something that you got gifted this weekend. And it turns out there are a lot of literary pins, badges, embroidery patches, all that sort of thing. That if you are of a literary bent, you have a favorite book, there's probably a pin or a badge for you. So just shove it on there. I'm pretty confident we've done this one before, but honestly,
I'm
I
not
was in a
sure.
rush.
But do you know what? I felt that your this is I've got this on my list.
We're in a sync.
But mine is specifically, I've got brooches. I also said pins as well, but brooches. And then I will send you the image, but
Yeah.
there's a really, really specifically, I was on Instagram posting at the weekend and an ad came up very targeted to me and it's very full of cuteness. And it was a blackberry and mouse brooch this is a little bit more spendy. This one is a little bit more spendy. Shocking. Charlie sometimes
Yeah,
likes things a little spendy.
you generally like to go in a little bit more
Not,
expensive.
but it's not like crazy unreasonable. It's £70, and I will send. I'm going to show Charlie the picture so that he can react to what I'm telling you because it makes it. It's this cute little mouse, and he's got like the blackberries around him, and it's just the most cutest thing. And I just really, this is very very Charlie-ish, and I really
Very, very you, Charlie.
yeah, and I just
Yeah,
think
thank
that
you.
would look so nice on like a nice sweater.
Yeah, I'm literally telling people to get badges and pins, and I won't
Yeah, so
anything
they've
on
got
that.
loads of different other ones as well. They've got like some festive robins,
So, what was your next item?
phone cases.
Phone cases.
Yes, because I think they make a nice gift because not everyone always will treat themselves to upgrading their phone case, and sometimes people get stuck in a little bit of a phone case rut. And like your phone case, you see it all the time, and like if you get a really special one, it can make you really smile. So Vendula have got like a really, again, slightly more. This is a slightly. It's not spendy because phone cases can go beyond £100. But there's a really nice one on Vendula, which is a Christmas library one. So again, if you get it slightly earlier, because this is the gift guide is coming out early, you might want it to treat yourself. So yeah, Vendula Christmas library, and it's one of those flap ones, and it has again a little mouse on it. So that one is £38. And then I just went on for again Skinny Dip. I love Skinny Dip. They always do as a brand. They
Okay.
do an amazing array of phone cases, and again the price point. They often have sales. I've got one here as an example, which I will again send you the image of. It's like Lilo and Stitch one, and that was only £10. So they go from like quite cheap all the way upwards. They've another ones I like. There's Snoopy. They've got some slightly more sophisticated ones. So yeah, I will send again. You will see images behind you of all
One of
different
my
examples for your taste.
one of
For
my very first phone cases, when I still had a phone case, was a Lilo and Stitch phone case. For that was my favorite Disney film growing up, and
need that.
this year with the live action thing, it's been an odd one because for years people have been sending me, like I say people, one person in particular has sent me any bit of Lilo and Stitch merchandise they can find, even a Japanese manga about it, where he goes to Japan and it's this thing where he's tasked with stuff. So this year, seeing all of this Lilo and Stitch merchandise come out because of the live action film, I've been like, blooming Nora.
Is it going to be overkill for you?
I don't know because I haven't spoken to this person in a while, but if I suddenly wake up on Christmas Day with a load of Lilo and Stitch stuff, I don't know what I'll do because I am limited on room.
But I just think I think it makes a nice gift, and if you can find out what your like someone that you care about's phone is, then I just think I think that's like you can never have like too many phone cases. It's like
I mean, I could do with just one. Since you said about what people like, that can
yes,
almost feed into why I put down a pair of socks.
okay. No, I like sock giving. I think sock
Oh,
giving is good.
I very much appreciate getting and giving socks. When I was recently away in Whitby, I went into a shop and I bought bamboo socks for everyone as souvenirs when I got home. My nephew got annoyed because I didn't buy him any socks. And I was like, well, one thing, you live in Scotland. I didn't know I was going to see you when I got back. So now I've got to find him some bamboo socks as well. But
They're good quality though. Bamboo socks are really good
yeah,
quality.
there are a lot of literary socks. There are socks with characters on, quotes on. There are socks for every occasion.
Yeah, my friend recently got me some really colourful like mushroom socks. And they're like my favourite thing and I just love them. So yeah, I do. I think socks are a great gift.
There we go. It
All
took
year
me a while.
round,
Well, oh yeah, just like you could buy them
not just for
52 pairs
Christmas.
and give them a pair every week.
I mean, maybe if you want to. That's
No,
quite a
don't do it.
commitment.
My goodness, who's going to need 52 pairs of socks?
Richard, my
Okay.
husband. Love
Yeah,
you, Richard. I
well,
know you're watching.
now I need to actually go and see how many pairs of socks I've got. A lot of them are odd at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
got a lot of separation and divorce going on among my socks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway, what was your next item?
My next item is food slash cooking kits as a gift. So that you can get them sent, you can send them to them in the post. So, and again, I will click on my examples. I'll talk you through.
Okay.
I've got links which I can then copy it
Yeah,
into.
because at the moment I'm like,
You don't understand what I'm talking about.
well, no, it's not that I don't understand. It's more like if it's the idea of like having to cook. Like
No, I know, but it's people. Some people like cooking.
I know some people like cooking. I can like cooking, but it's like when you're gifting me something and I'm like being told, well, now, like
You
it's
have to do it.
perishable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, examples
Anyway,
I've got on here. You're like, if I don't want to cook, you're making me. It's something you're making me do.
yeah,
That's what.
I'm like,
That's what it is.
I'm like,
No.
Charlie, please do not gift me any cooking kits. I'm sat
That's
over here.
that's my Christmas present for you,
Yeah,
Scrooge.
I'm really, really concerned you're like going to send me a cooking kit for a carrot casserole.
A carrot casserole.
Yeah,
Be your nightmare.
really what?
See those carrots come through the door.
Anyway, sorry, go on. Which cooking kits were your examples?
I've got a few examples. So I'm there's a website called the Cookaway website, which again I'll all links in the description for all of these things. And they've got a variety of different things. This website is slightly more spendy, so again it more in the above £50 mark, but they do go below it. I think there are things down from like £40 upwards, possibly 30. Like that, I can see one in here being like a lamb curry recipe and they've also got like, for example, Indian street food kits and chai experiences. That's a vegan, so they've got like plenty of vegan options on here. And that was this one. The Indian street food and chai experience is from £45, and that's for serving for three to four people serving, which I think that's a lovely thing. So you could maybe do it for if you've got like a little family of people, or like a group of
A
people. You could
little family,
a,
like,
a,
like
so you
borrowers.
could do it as a gift. So then, if you're thinking about it in terms of you're gifting it to a family, that's four people, which then makes the present like £10 each person, if you see what I'm saying.
Wow.
Yeah. So no, it's
Wow,
like a bit.
you've just taken a gift for four individual people and you've decided, you know what? I don't care this year.
Oh,
You're
nice.
getting a present each. You've got a group together and you've all got to work to make your dinner this weekend.
I think that's nice. I think like learning to cook is a nice thing.
I think that you and I are two very different people right now. You're looking at it like a nice experience with the
I've got several
family,
other exampos which are
all
good.
coming together and cooking,
Yes.
and I can think
Like,
of nothing worse than being in the kitchen with other people.
yeah. Well, so another one I particularly liked was a garden focaccia bread baking kit, which I will show you the image of because I just think this is like so cute. I don't know if it's not gonna. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see it. I just feel
I
like
just think that is so cute. So it's got snowmen on it. It's got a festive tree,
yeah,
and this is focaccia, and that's again. This is under the £20 mark, so this is £19,
I just feel
99.
like there is nothing you can say that is going to convince me that any of these cooking kits are something I need in my life or I want to give to someone.
I just think that's like nice, and then they've also got an even like more. So that was from notonthehighstreet.com, and then from Honeywellbakes we've got some slightly more like cakey things. Hold on a minute.
Oh, gosh.
It was like festive. It was like baking, like more like cookie type thing. I think that's nice.
Probably. If somebody wants a meal kit and like maybe it's like if you look at it, I should look at it in a different way. Like sometimes at Christmas people get gifted recipe books a lot, and at least this way they're actually getting some of the food that they can try and make it themselves, as opposed to just being like, here's a recipe book, now pay and go out and get all the ingredients you need. Fine.
I just think it's like almost like a gift experience, isn't it? And I think they're
Yeah, but
fun.
it's
And you
like an
can, like you said, you
experience
can.
in your own home. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
if you were going out and you paid already, like someone's paid
You
for you
can
to
do that too
go,
if you want to. They
and there
do
is
have those, but
a chef there teaching you, and they're going to do all the washing up afterwards. Fine, but
but
it's like
that's a lot
looking
more
at it
spendy.
and
You can do
visualizing all
that.
the work. Although
You
I
can
also,
do that, but that they are a lot more spendy. They're in the £100 plus
yeah, that
mark.
that really also emphasizes how lazy this Charlie's gone.
What is your next one, Charlie?
So again, keeping it incredibly basic,
That's okay.
I actually went for a journal.
Oh, I like
Now
journals.
I mentioned this because, like, I can't remember whether I've told you the story of my not my writing journal, my book journal before. So since 2010, I've written down every single book that I've read and the date in which I finished it. I don't do
I
like
know.
some people do and give the reviews and all that. But I got that journal because a family member gifted it to my grandmother. My grandmother looked at it and was like, "What am I ever going to do with this?" and just palmed it off on me. I was like, "Well, actually, this works out really well because I need something to keep as a journal." And it was, and still is, a very nice Liberty journal. And I just think, similar to what you were saying before about maybe putting in a few extra pennies to buy a very nice journal, either in keeping with the person's interests or say they want a reading journal or they want a specific journal.
A
Then
gardening journal.
yeah, like there are journals for every occasion with a number of illustrations, artwork, fandoms, everything, literary quotes. We even saw one when we were away in Bristol on Sunday, which was, what's his name? Studio Ghibli, the
Oh
man who
yeah,
did all of that. So, and that had some,
Totoro and things like
yeah,
that.
that one specifically was there and had the artwork in as well as quotes. It was just they're very nicely made, and I think that when it's going to be something that you're writing in regularly, if you are keeping it as a reading journal, if you're just journaling every day, then it'll be much more improved when you're seeing something that you already very much enjoy. So that was it. That was the journal, and I don't know, like I kept it basic, but they can be pricier.
That's cool. I like that. So my penultimate one is, and I've got an example of here, and it's an emotional support plant.
Hmm.
So, my lovely friend Jem, who knows me so well, one of the presents she got me from kindly gifted me for my birthday was this cute little sunflower. I'm obsessed with sunflowers. If you know
Wow.
anything about me, Charlie knows this about me. I'm obsessed with sunflowers, but this one, so it says, emotional support plant. Life can be tough sometimes, but remember, so are you. And they make these in. I've also seen on like I've got again my little thing in front of me. I have they also and other websites I've seen, you can get like emotional support cactuses and you can get so you can get these like personalized. They do them on like Etsy and I just think they're a cute little kind and they kind of look very homemade and
So that they're crocheted or knitted.
yeah,
It's not
knitted. They're crocheted. This is
actual
I
plant.
think I believe these look like these are crocheted, but yeah.
Okay, that is fine then. When you said it, I immediately went to an actual plant
This
again
is
that I was gonna have to work on.
oh no, no.
If you remember, earlier this year, Norman died. My jade
Oh,
plant that I'd been managed to keep living for a very long time, parked it out of nowhere. I've no idea what happened. So I've always been like, no, no good with plants. But if it's crocheted, as long as it doesn't get near my dog, well,
I just think that's well. Obviously, I thought it was the cutest skit thing, and she found my obviously sunflowers being my favorite flower. So you can find someone's favorite flower or favorite thing, or just something kind of looking cute and funny like a cactus. Yeah, I just think it's such a lovely, thoughtful gift. So
I'd want one with a grumpier expression.
I mean, I'm sure you can ask that
Yeah, like, like turn that frown the correct way.
upside down.
No, I want it with the frown.
No, that's turn that smile upside down then. No, the opposite way.
I want a frowning turnip.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
me. I am a frowning turnip.
I never thought of you as a turnip.
I only just literally thought of myself as a turnip. I despise turnips.
I like turnips.
Oh,
They're a little
well,
bit spicy.
everything makes sense now, doesn't it?
Like a little bit because they're like peppery.
I don't mean turnips, I mean swede.
Oh, I'm less no. I do like sweet occasionally.
I don't like it. Anyway, my penultimate,
We're not on the
yeah,
dislike. We're not doing vegetables
yeah.
this year on likes dislikes.
If we did, I just ruined it. But my next one is a book tree. Now, I hadn't seen these before going out and looking for things for the guide, but it's bookshelves that are shaped in a certain way. Do you know of this? Am I
Yeah.
just way behind the times then?
No, but you can know. Go
Okay,
for it.
well, I'd never seen it before myself, and it's bookshelves that are shaped in such a way that when you put the books on, it looks like a tree.
I think that's amazing.
Like I worried about what it might do to the spines and things, but I also thought when I looked at it, that's actually a really good space saving solution. As somebody who's about to take all of his bookshelves down, take all of his books off his shelves, and have to completely empty his bedroom, I'm looking for ways to save space right now. So I was like completely impressed. Like, make me a fucking forest of book trees, align them all up against a wall. Yeah,
That's
hundreds
cool.
of
I like
lines
that.
of books. Anyway, what is your fifth and final gift for your gift guide?
A homemade gift.
Okay, I mean I get it. That's where
Because
everything's been going today. What sort of thing are we thinking?
Well, because specifically, my lovely friend Jack recently, going for my birthday presents and getting ideas, she made me the most thoughtful present. She made me a homemade book sleeve, in
Okay, that is
specifically
kind.
in a Doctor. You can't really see the print. In a Doctor Who print, and it was very thoughtful, and it was wrapped.
Yeah.
But I properly love this, and it can go over different books, and is adjustable and things like that. And I just adore it. And I thought you don't have to do, obviously, if you're not crafty with sewing like my lovely friend Jack, you can make candles, you can make paint, you can paint a picture for somebody for their space that they live in. You could do some again with the cooking. You could bake someone a nice
You
gift.
could
I mean,
crochet Christmas ornaments and Christmas tree things. That's
you
yeah.
just can't beat a homemade gift.
I mean, it depends what the homemade gift is.
As long as it's not shit, sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Charlie won't. Actually, that's not true. Actually, I think I sent you a homemade gift last year. Did I?
Did
The
you?
carrot picture. Yeah, the
That was
picture.
homemade.
Yeah, I made that.
I didn't know that was homemade.
Yeah, I painted it.
I didn't know you did that. I thought you bought it like that.
No, I made it.
Okay, well
I
now I'm
made. I bought the
impressed.
frame. I didn't make the frame,
Yeah,
but
well,
yeah.
no, I honestly I thought yeah I didn't know you painted that. Well done. That's been in my window all year.
Ah,
So anyway, my final gift is a book cart. Now, I haven't fallen into the trap of having a book cart yet. I've considered it when we've had them donated to the shop, but honestly, I've just thought like, well, that's another bit of space taken up in my room that I don't need.
more
Everyone,
clutter.
yeah, everyone, like, if you know me, if you followed my own channel for a while and you remember my previous videos where I just had stacks and stacks of books behind me, I'm still the same person. Generally, I'm acquiring books, putting them in stacks. If I like them, I look for a place on my shelves. If I don't like them, then they're going back to the charity shop. And sometimes I just never get around to reading them and I forget what's in the stacks anyway. But I do know that these book carts that I think people get from IKEA, but I'm sure that you can get them from elsewhere as
They're
well.
all different spaces now. You can get them from Hobbycraft. You can get them. I mean, they sell everywhere now.
Yeah. Every time I've had one donated to a charity shop, it's been gone within half an hour. There are people who really, really want these carts, whether it is to do like booktube and BookTok stuff, whether it is because you're a fan of books. People are using them for everything.
You
If
can
you're
put
a
a
book
plant. You can put a plant on there. You can,
They
anything.
can be decorated in a variety of ways, and people are really finding them useful and apparently are seemingly still wanting them even after, well, I thought the craze had like passed already.
That's
So
a
yeah,
great present idea. I think that's a lovely present
that's
idea.
why I saved like the biggest one to last. I think
One
after that, our glorious gift guide, hopefully there is something there that has given you a clue for what you want to buy for the bookish person in your life.
thing there for everybody.
There is.
Well,
There
maybe not everybody, but you
Well,
know.
yeah, there's a few things in there that I definitely don't want. I think now it's time for our likes and our dislikes. And
Okay.
honestly, this was a difficult one for me.
Oh, I
So,
know we've got a tricky subject area, but
yeah,
I
so
think
we're doing two likes and one dislike, and each Charlie has to guess which the other Charlie likes and which they don't. And this week we have decided that we are going to go with Christmas decorations. Once we've done this, I will say why I found it particularly difficult. But as with all things, let's start with you, Charlie. What are your likes and dislikes? Well,
okay.
what are yours? And I'll try and figure it out.
We're going in. So we've got, of course, we've got so we have obviously, yeah, three things. So we have tree toppers,
Okay.
tinsel, and Christmas wreaths.
Oh gosh.
There is one that I intensely really hate, And because I know you shouldn't really hate Christmas tree decorations. This is a whole actually a conversation we should probably start with the
But also,
prelude.
like, they're not
I
Christmas
feel like
tree
a lot of
decorations.
people, maybe people will think that it's an unusual, but I think people do get like,
Well, since I do have Nigel Slater next to me,
yeah.
and I don't know the answer for sure, and like I'm perfectly fine with getting it wrong because I can explain why I might fall into a similar category. But this man hates tinsel. Do you hate tinsel?
Yeah, I hate it. So
Yeah.
I feel like I told you that before, and you may have just got a good memory.
No, I know. I just literally looked down Nigel Slater's there, and I can remember doing this whole video many, many moons ago about how I didn't like the way that Nigel Slater talked about tinsel. But then the longer that I've worked in the charity shop, and the
I
more
have
I've
to
had to
preface. Oh,
deal
sorry,
with.
carry on.
No, go on. You say
No,
what
no,
I'm
no,
like.
no, you say no.
No,
Finish
all I
your
was going
sentence.
to say was the longer I've worked in the charity shop and the more that I've had to deal with Christmas decorations every year, that's more what I was basing this on. That because there are certain Christmas decorations that I have in my house, and as we say, it's a like, not a dislike. No, it's likes and dislikes. It's dislikes, not hatred. Well, you've got hatred for it. You despise
I
tinsel.
don't have no because it does appear on my tree. So the reason it appears on my tree is because and Rich is watching this because he loves watching our
Yeah,
my husband's watching this. He loves watching our things, and he didn't want me because I was trying to. He didn't want me to spoil it this morning because he wanted to guess. So, but he loves tinsel. So yeah, he the sparklier the better. And if our tree doesn't have tinsel on, it ruins Christmas for him. So I that's how much I love him that I will put tinsel on the tree, but I hate it. I hate it
why?
so much because
Why?
it crowds all the tree up. There's no
Oh,
space
okay,
for anything else.
okay. No, that's
Like,
not like I like tinsel. Like
well,
I
no,
like
you're wrong.
there are certain colors of tinsel I don't like. I will say that. But I know there's a lot of people who don't like it. My sister, a few years ago, she was like, "No, I'm not having tinsel on the tree. I don't like tacky at Christmas." And I'm like, "No, do you know what? I like a tackier Christmas. Like tackier the better."
I like tacky, but I feel like
Um,
tinsel. It's a space issue.
but
There's not
I
enough space.
I don't like it when like other people, crowd their trees with like all the little bits of tinsel. And like when we were younger, I know that any decoration we had was going on that tree. Now that I'm older, like some decorations unfortunately don't get put on the tree one year, just because I run out of space. Like last year, I chose to have this smaller tree, therefore there was no way I could fit everything on it.
I can't
Um,
wait to see your ones now and see if I can guess it. So you've got
well,
one right. So that means the pressure. So week
yeah.
one, you've got this.
Well, like I say, the difficulty for me is basically because I feel like I don't actually hate any Christmas decorations, but I do dislike an aspect of Christmas decorations. But if I share that, which I will afterwards, then you'd get it straight away because it's not an item, it's an aspect. And then I was thinking about it more, and even though I have a lot of these things, and
You don't hate
um,
them. That's going to make it
yeah,
impossible for me.
so we have baubles, we have Christmas lights, and
Mm.
I feel like I've already ruined this for myself because it has been mentioned, but we have tinsel.
Well, so we can eliminate tinsel. Tinsel's safe. So it's baubles or lights. Well, but there are issues with baubles and lights, and I will go through the issues. So lights can just like break, and then the whole thing
Yeah.
just is annihilated. And the thing that slightly annoys me about baubles, it's going to make me seem like I hate all Christmas decorations, is they can break if you have to. I don't like. They just it's the when they accidentally break. So for me, that annoys me the most. So I'm going to say I'm probably going to be really wrong because you're going to say about Christmas lights. You've given me a clue about Christmas lights, haven't you? No, it must be Christmas lights. Was
You,
it baubles? I was like really convinced it was baubles. Oh,
I
I'm
was
so confused.
literally like, honestly, it was going to be, it was like, it was always a toss up between the two.
Oh, let me
Um,
think. Let me think.
no, no,
Don't
no, no,
have I committed?
you've already like literally
Okay,
like I was going to be kind to you and I was going to say like when you were talking about baubles, yes, continue down this route. But basically,
that's
it was
what annoys me the
it's the
most. That'd be
exact
the
same
one that I
reason.
pick.
It's like with lights, I had it happen last year where I'd put my light like I got all my lights out. You check them beforehand, and then just one going can and that can really be quite annoying. But I'm also like that's like an easy fix. if you go and open your baubles and it's
They're
shattered,
smashed.
it's like there's no fix there. Sometimes, baubles as
I'm gonna
well.
trust my instinct.
You should trust your instinct. You go to your bauble and you find out that there's no string or the tops come
There's
out of it.
multiple issues that can
Yeah.
happen with them.
Yeah, so there's so much that can go wrong with baubles. And also, like, if you have a theme for a tree and you think, oh, yeah, I'm going to use those baubles this year, and then you get them and you can't. A few years ago, I bought a load of vintage baubles from the charity shop that were actually glass. And I can remember being completely annoyed by them. And it still gets to me when I take them out of the box now
Especially because they're expensive.
because I
Like
have to attach the string to all of them. And I feel like you buy them now with string already on them.
it's annoying though because like the smashing, especially with the smashing thing or the breaking thing, is because you spend so much money. They're like sometimes starting price £5 and upwards, and they just break. You just
It,
accidental knock because we're quite
yeah,
clumsy. Like
honestly, it was the reason that I switched to felt decorations at one point.
we do. That's what we do.
Because
I was going to go into that actually, Charlie. I was going to say my favorite type of decoration is felt decorations. I'm obsessed with them
But if you can like
because
get it in a
different
nice
characters.
way of like the lights around the baubles and the lights reflect the baubles in a certain way and
I
give it
understand that.
like I really like that. But also I have never managed to get it looking the way that I want it to. Like I can
Same.
it's just like you get the position of like you get the lights on first so you can look at the position and the colors of those lights and then you put the baubles in certain places hoping that it's going to catch the light in a certain way and invariably it never ends up how you want it to. But also
Yeah.
then if you switch to just purely felt decorations, the issue that you then have is that you just have those lights.
I
So
didn't
last
really think
year
about it like that. I've never really thought about the shininess and the need. I never really thought about the benefit of the lighting bouncing. I've never thought about that. It's true,
I
but
didn't
I never.
until I read Nigel Slater.
Yeah, there you go then. So we all
Yeah.
need to get ourselves Nigel Slater's book, even that's
Yeah, only when it's on offer though, Mike. Well, it's unlike last year. This time
okay.
around, I got one right, you got one wrong. We will see how things go over the next few weeks with the remaining Christmas cracker videos.
Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Like
Yeah, let us know how like Christmas decorations that you dislike. Let's start up the hate for tinsel. No tinsel campaign. All for Charlie because, I'm perfectly fine with. Oh, also tinsel, like just saying, like, and it needs to be big. I don't want
that's
any of
what
these.
Richard. Richard loves a good like.
We're not having any like thin strands or
That's what kind of annoys me because it
yeah,
takes up all the space. But
like something that's been in the box since like, well, you just get a big tree.
but
Like
then the
you
house
and
is a
Richard are
how big?
incredibly
Like I'm
lucky.
not rich. I live in a tiny little house. Our house is tiny. It's hard
Well, you
enough
have
to
a
find
tiny
enough room
house, but
anyway.
you are very tall.
Yes, that's just true.
So,
So exactly. So we're already taking up space.
oh my goodness, I just meant that you could have a taller tree because you can reach. Anyway, yeah, like we've heard enough about tinsel and things that can break for Christmas.
Okay,
Let's
yeah, let us know.
go.
Let us know your favorite decorations. Let us know the ones you hate the most. We want to hear all about your decoration, and let us know when are you putting up your tree. Because currently, as we speak, even as we speak, this weekend I'm putting up my Christmas tree.
In November.
Yes, in November. Because my eldest is off at university, and they are coming home this weekend. So we are setting up the tree
I
on
see.
Sunday before they leave.
Okay, okay, that makes more sense.
Because
Yeah,
we always do it together, so
yeah,
we don't want them missing out.
I can get that. Like, I mean, that's not what happens in our house because I'm famously surrounded by a bunch of Grinches, and so I have to figure out what I'm doing myself. But anyway, I feel like our happy moment for the week is going to be similar. I'll let you say yours, and then you can tell. I'll tell you whether it's the same.
Just going to the Booktree meetup that was just happened at the weekend.
Exactly. Our booktube meetup getting to our booktube meetup. Ours. It wasn't ours.
It wasn't ours. It was Katie's and Ben's
Yeah.
that kind of
The
organised it. Well,
booktube
Katie especially, but yeah,
meetup
Ben and Ben.
that was organised by Katie of Books and Things. We visited Bath on Saturday and Bristol on Sunday, of which Ben of Ben Reads Good had put together
Planned the
a
whole.
very nice tour around Bristol of the bookshops. We got to see the cathedral. We went into an art gallery. We saw some art that had a very big emotional impact on that Charlie. And like, quite honestly, like that bit was a really good stopgap in the day
Yeah,
because
it was. I feel like it definitely. Yeah, I feel like I need. Yeah, the art gallery was good actually
yeah.
because it was a break from,
Well, it was
and also it's quieter as well. I feel
yeah.
like it was a bit quieter. So
And it was also really nice to like not just chat to people we don't regularly get to talk to, but also visit places that we probably wouldn't have visited had this not been
I've
happening.
never been to Bristol. I'd been to Bath, but not for a very long time, so I hadn't really remembered it.
Yeah, well, I'd had a negative impression of Bath from when I'd been there 12 years ago.
Pasty story.
Not just the Cornish pasty story, but other things that had gone on. And I was a penniless student then, and I'd like travelled all, hours at a time. I'd been stood up on a train from 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was just so. Saturday was a really like big. Everyone's happy to see each other. We're all seeing each other for the first time. Some of us haven't seen each other in over a year. Some of us have never met before. Famously, I've given two booktubers new nicknames because I ain't ever going to remember those names. Then, so that was quite. Saturday was quite busy, and I'd booked to stay till Monday. And I have to say, going back to the bookshops on Monday, Toppings is so quiet on a Monday morning.
I want to go as well, yeah.
Like it was so nice to be able to go back and to wander around everywhere where
Yeah,
there
take
were
your
very few
time.
people around. I'd gone in search of Mary Stuart and didn't find any on Saturday, and then found a load yesterday.
I found it very overwhelming in there
Yeah.
on
Well, they
Saturday.
also offer you a cup of tea.
Sorry,
They offer you a cup of tea.
I didn't get my tea.
Well, no, we didn't get it because it was so busy.
Yeah.
But when it's quiet and you wander around, like my mother and Sally took a seat and they offered them a cup of tea and everything, and we're just chatting to them. And like I got to hear the booksellers speaking to people and talking about the books
That's
that were
what I
on the
love.
table, and it was so nice and relaxed. And like Katie had said that it was the Temple of Books. This is Toppings in Bath,
Yeah.
and Katie has said that it was the Temple of Books, and I was like. It was so busy, I didn't understand it. And then I went back yesterday, and I was so glad that I'd gone back because seeing all of these bookshops when they're quieter and getting to chat to people, it was a
I honestly really want to go back there because you know how much I love Hay on Wye.
yeah.
They've all that obviously is bookish town, but it's so hard to get to. Whereas I feel like there's so many amazing bookshops in Bath that I would spend
Yeah.
like I could happily spend all day like in one of those bookshops.
Oh yeah, it's
So if
like
you have like I think that would be and Bath driving wise is only like about an hour and a half. So I feel like
it's a bit more of a distance for me.
no, I know, but like yeah, I think it would be nice to go back there and take again, like I said, take Richard and just have some time and just because there's also like there's other shops in Bath that just are so lovely. There's places to sit at. We like the actual space, the physical space of Bath was gorgeous, and Bristol as well. Like in a very completely different way. Bristol I thought was so cool, and it was such a complete contrast to Bath, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bristol. I think we went at a bit of a slower pace in Bristol, which was really
Yeah,
good
we did, which I
after
liked.
the way
Yeah,
that we went around on Saturday. So very much appreciated that. I never got to see Bristol when I last went through there. I was just on the train running through, pushing old ladies.
Charlie.
So to go back, well, not yeah, to actually go and visit the city and wander around, and Bristol was one that I said we were trying to figure out where to go back on Monday, and we chose to go to Bath just because of like timing
Convenient.
and everything.
Yeah.
I can also get to Bristol on the train, and there is part of me that's just thinking in the new year of just on a Tuesday, oh, if I haven't like things haven't
I could
changed.
get to Bristol on the train.
Yeah, if things haven't changed, like maybe we could have a Charlie and Charlie meet up in Bristol on
Yeah.
the like because I can get there on the train, and then like I'll come back in the evening. It's
I
so
know.
yeah,
So I really, yeah, I loved both places for completely different reasons. And like you said, speaking to all the people, like all of our like fellow
well,
booktubers,
yeah, 'cause it's
and
like
I just love that so much.
sometimes like we see their channels and we talk books and like we'll give the odd comment if we can't think of a comment we'll put in emojis, but like some people you don't get to talk to outside of it. You don't. I have spoken to Sophie of Redhead Reading for nearly 10 years now. We started our channels around the same time.
She was so
And
lovely. I loved Sophie.
like this is the first time I got to meet them. We live in the same bloody country.
She's literally, she's they all. It's hard
Yeah.
because you don't want to
Yeah,
like, but
no, it's like
stay here.
I just like it was just to
Especially for her
emphasize.
because you started your channel at the
Yeah.
same time. You both started your channels at the same
And
time.
like there were people I've only known as like acquaintances on
Yeah.
YouTube, and I got to have some really great in-depth conversations with them. So I was very, very happy with how the
I
weekend
just thought
went.
it was so nice. Yeah,
Um,
I just loved it. And then we were lucky that we I was lucky that I was staying with six of my lovely friends. So there was six of us. Jack had from Spread Bookjoy had kindly found a place for us to stay in, and it was in the centre of Bath, and it was for 2 nights, and it was just so nice because that was like for me. We had the most fun. I just laughed my head off both of the 2 evenings, and it was just nice to have quality time. And yeah, they're brilliant people, as are the other people that we met, but that was
Oh
nice,
yeah, but
particularly nice
I
to
mean,
have.
like we you disappeared at that point because like you and Emily just needed a bit of a rest on Saturday. So
But later on, yeah.
we did like most of my like chatting and conversing happened in the pub, and I
Yeah,
got to
that
speak to
night,
the
yeah.
girls then, and yeah, and just like yeah, it was great. It was great, and I am hopeful that we get to have another Booktree meetup soon. Like I famously despise humanity, but I'm able to cope with it when we're on a Booktree meetup. Like these are the people that I don't despise.
Yeah, well,
This is humanity
that's
at
the
its
highest
finest.
compliment that Charlie can give.
Yeah, humanity at its finest is the kindest compliment you're going to receive from me. Although, if anyone had got into some sort of like fisticuffs, you do not understand how fast I would have recorded that and done it as an expose on YouTube. No word of a lie.
Oh my God.
Even if it had to be me and you.
Yeah.
Shall we
Well, us
stage
getting
that?
to fisty, well,
Yeah,
us getting into fisticuffs,
let's stage that for next year.
us having fisticuffs.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd do very well.
Oh, I just meant
I'd,
like you could just start beating me with like an
I would topple
encyclopedia.
over. I'm not very secure on my feet.
And I can't hit you.
Yeah.
Um,
The dog could go underneath my feet and maybe knock me over. So
no, I would never put my Sally through that.
she was beautiful. Actually, Sally was a highlight as well. Actually, I
Um,
love Sally and
oh
your
yeah,
mum.
no, I like yeah, my dog did really well. I felt terrible because I hadn't told anyone that I was bringing the dog beforehand. I was like, what if people are really fearful of dogs? And I've
Oh,
just
yeah.
brought like I'm inflicting my dog and my mother on people with absolutely no permission, not asking whether it was okay, just turning up. Do like I know that I've said that in my life now I'm going with the whole ask for forgiveness, not permission thing.
Yeah.
But I think that that was a bit far even for me. Either way, I think
No.
like
I think
like
everyone it was the opposite though. I think everyone was pleasantly
oh
surprised.
yeah, some people definitely appreciated my dog being there more than they appreciated me.
Oh, that's not true.
I think that next time I might just send her in an Uber to Bracknell and you can take her and I will just get an Airbnb somewhere.
Oh, I love her so much.
Now it is time for our Charlie challenge. In previous years, we've always challenged one another to read a book. One year we chose one for every week, and we realized that wasn't good for this Charlie because I never got the books read.
Neither
And
did I really.
so then I think one year we stuck to one book, and last year we chose a book for each other to read within the first 3 months of this year, and we didn't read it. So this
No,
year,
did what was last year's books? This first at the Fertile Earth.
and mine was The Great When. We used the
Did you
Charles.
did you read it?
No.
No, and I DNF'd it for now.
So
I think it's kind of a for now, but yeah.
So we are hopeful this year by choosing 5 books that we want to read and getting the other Charlie to pick which one out of those 5 we are going to read in December. I have
I'm
just
genuinely
remembered.
excited by my stack, so all
Yeah,
five I'm
same.
genuinely
Well,
excited by.
I am looking at one book here, and I can remember you challenging me to read it that year, and I think it was the only book I read, and I have another book by that author. So what I've picked are books that I did want to read by the end of the year, one that I had actually planned on reading in winter. So the first book that I have is Quartet in Autumn by Barbara Pym. And this sounds like a workplace novel in 1970s London with Edwin, Norman, Letty, and Marcia. And we're going through their lives and their anxieties in post-war Britain, and apparently it is darkly funny. Then I have a book that I picked up from the charity shop, which is The Meaning of Night by Michael Cox, a book that tells the story of a book lover, scholar, and murderer. And he is in Victorian London's foggy streets, brothels, and opium dens. It begins with like from the narrator's point of view, having just killed somebody, and I read a review that this is a really good book to just hunker down with on one of those
I
very
can't remember the name
winter,
of it really.
The Meaning of Night. Then I have a book that I picked up in Whitby, which was shortlisted for the Nero Book Awards last year, and that is Levitation for Beginners by Susanna Dunn.
Oh,
And
I know this cover. I know
um,
this.
yeah, it's 1972. Deborah is 10 years old, and then a new girl comes to school and tells stories about levitation. Deborah is very wary of that person, and it seems like it's going to be a lot about growing up in the 1970s.
I mean, it does sound very good.
Then we have a book that I literally just picked up in Bath, which is Jesus Christ Kinski by Benjamin Myers, which
Oh, yes.
now that I've looked at it, seems like a really odd book with pictures, and I can't tell if it's poetry or what it is, but
The
um,
cover kind of scares me.
yeah, I get that. But I've enjoyed the Benjamin Myers that I've read this year, and I've been trying to get through his books, so
That's
that's
at
why
the
I picked it
library.
up.
So that's at the
And
library. So
and also, like I picked it up and was informed that it was a signed edition, which I didn't know when I
was that from Toppings? Did you get it from Toppings?
this one was at Mr. B's.
Oh, how exciting.
And then the book whose title I can't pronounce, and I wasn't going to buy anything by this author after having a few duds from them. People who read this book were talking about things that they hadn't liked, and they sounded like stuff that I did like, and that is Katabasis by RF Kuang, which is something about people trying to go to hell.
So,
And that is the book where I
so,
remembered that you got me to read Babel, or Babel, as I call it, one year. Anyway, there we go.
wow. Okay, so we're going to eliminate. I'm not trying to diss any of the books,
Yep.
but I'm going to eliminate the RF Kuang.
Fantastic. I
Just,
was so
just
worried.
because I've heard, sorry to say, I haven't heard the best of things, and I don't want to put that on
But
your Christmas thing.
that is fine. It's like such a huge book that I
I think
was
it's quite a Marmitey book. So
okay.
I think if you're going to read Marmite, it should be in the new year.
Okay.
Don't have Marmite for
I'll
Christmas.
I'll read Marmite in the new year then.
Yeah, read Marmite in the new year.
Okay.
Do you know what? I'm just going to say I'm going to go for the Benjamin Myers because
Oh,
I'm curious.
fantastic.
Because the
Fantastic.
cover is like the creepiest, but I feel like that's the one I feel like I just feel like that's the one that you need right now.
Yeah,
Well, not right now, but like
yeah,
imminently.
I really appreciate getting to read that in December because, as you know, I wanted to read Benjamin Myers this year, and this one is a relatively short book. And given that I have so much work to do next in December, so many Christmas parties to attend, I appreciate you choosing Jesus Christ Kinski. 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 So, what books do I have to pick from for you?
Some Like It Cold by Elle McNichol.
Okay.
Neurodivergent author. This author. This has got spreaders, which I do think is
You do
quite.
enjoy a sprayed edge.
So yeah, it's a romance,
Okay.
but it's a wintry romance, and I think and it's obviously got neurodivergent characters in,
Okay.
and Elle McNichol, all of Elle McNichol's other books I've loved. I've given more than 4 stars, so to every single thing I've read. So I'm excited. I bought this last winter, but I feel like because it's a cold, like it screams December.
Yeah.
So then I've got something that's like the opposite of wintry. I've got West by Karis Davis.
Okay.
One of my favorite books of the year is Clear by Karis Davis. I just loved that with my whole entire being. It's love it, love every single bit of it. And the lovely Terry kindly sent me her copy, and she's annotated it for me, and I'm just so excited to read it. That is why that's picked. It's sort of set, obviously it's set in the Wild West, I'm guessing. It says, I'm sure that's what she was telling me about it at the
Yeah.
weekend. So yeah. Then, sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm not trying to influence you. I'm just telling you.
I don't need influencing. I've had an idea, and I just want you to tell me the rest of the books to see whether that idea gets ongoing.
Okay.
So, what's
So we've
number
got
three?
Hair's Daughter by Yingkin Braithwaite.
Yeah.
I loved My Sister the Serial Killer by this author. I loved it
Yeah.
so much. I have read some short stories by her before, like since then.
Yeah.
They're always very like, as you can tell from the title, dark, kind of creepy books. This one again has more spreaders. I picked this up recently at the weekend from Bath, as you already know, and it's slightly bigger, but it's not too chunky. It's like 340 pages, and obviously daughters, families. I love that kind of story. Anything with daughters and families. And we've got something that both us Charlies love. I've got my Jack saw on
Doctor Who.
Yeah, Doctor Who poetry.
Oh, poetry.
Yes, it's poetry. And my lovely friend, again, I mentioned Jack, spotted this on the shelves and was like, Charlie, you need this. This is poetry and it's Doctor Who. And so I was like yelped with excitement and immediately picked it up. And I have read and I've got quite a lot of poetry by Nikita Gill anyway. So I've read and enjoyed. So I know this will be good.
Yeah.
And then lastly, but not leastly, is it's actual poetry. More poetry. So it's 2 poetry collections. Oh, I didn't realise that. And it's The Cat, Prince and Other Poems by Michael Pedersen. And Michael Pedersen wrote Muckleflugger, which is a book, again, I've read this year and literally loved it a lot. So I'm reliably informed that the author himself is such a lovely person. So that makes me like it, me even more excited to read it. So yeah.
I've had ideas. Firstly, I think that the cat was it the Cat Prince and Other Stories?
Yes. No, the
And
poems. No, poems, because it's poetry.
poem, sorry, and West by Karis Davis should be read in the new year. Personally, I think that you should go with West as the first novel you read in 2026.
That would
Then
put a lot of pressure on the other books.
it will put a lot of pressure on the other books, but I think it was quite a short volume from what I could see. So that would be a good way to start the year because you can get one book out of the way quite
Oh, yeah, you
quickly.
always say that, don't you? Because you're the
Yeah.
opposite of me. Because normally, well, I will do that, but
Yeah, I always read
normally
the
I
same
start
short book every at the start of the year, yeah.
and I read the opposite. I read a chunky book at the
Yeah.
start of every year.
And then I think you should put the Cat Prince and other poems into your January reading as well.
Yeah, I'd happily do that. Although
Cursed
I feel like, yeah.
Daughters, I think, should be read closer to spring, which left me with the Al McNichol and the Doctor Who poetry. The Al McNichol is like, if you don't read it in this season, it's not getting read. Since there is no Doctor Who Christmas special this year, it might be nice to read some Doctor Who poetry around the actual festive season. But the book I'm going to challenge you to read is the Al McNichol.
Okay, I'll do
Yeah.
that.
No, there was
Yeah.
not.
It is a signed edition, so yeah, I will read it.
Well, if you don't
I don't
read it,
normally read romance, but I will,
no, if
you
you
are
don't
right.
normally
It will
read
just keep
romance, then
sitting on
why
my
did you
shelf
buy it?
because it's Elle McNichol.
Yeah, so
Um,
that's basically it. If you don't read that book by Christmas, you have to unhaul it in January.
okay then, that's do you know what? That is probably what's best for me.
I just made that challenge a whole of a lot worse for Charlie.
Yeah, that is my least favorite of the pile, but it's probably the one. That's why it's been sat there on my shelves.
Yeah,
So,
you need to read that in this season, otherwise it's not going to get read.
yeah, but it's so pretty. Yeah, that's a good shot. That's a good shout, Charlie. That's a good shout.
You like Al McNichol.
I
Um,
do. I do.
I told you what to do with all of the other books as well.
I might not listen about that, but we'll.
I think you should. I think I gave you a pretty good idea.
Because I just want to read all my books, my new shiny things, especially my new books. I always feel like
Yeah,
with
but
my new books, I want to read them all straight away.
we all want to do that, but it's like also when have the Charlies ever listened to each other? You know, like you've sent me books regularly, and I've started them being like, "Why the hell did she think this was good for me?" And
Thanks.
you've read books that I've really enjoyed and been like, "Yeah, this isn't for me."
We
We
do have similar tastes sometimes.
and those are the Charlie books that we will discuss in future because you know that when our tastes align, usually that means that it's going to be a universal book that people can enjoy. But when they don't, well, it's
With the
just
exception of the bee sting, which some people hate.
hmm.
Those
Well,
people are wrong, but they do hate it.
yeah, well, you know, those people just don't have taste.
They do, but
No,
so
no, no.
okay.
Yeah, and if they do have taste, it's terrible, and they really need to re-educate themselves.
No.
Just saying.
Okay. And on that note,
And on that note, that was the first Christmas cracker of 2025. Do look out for us every Wednesday throughout December. We will be uploading a new Christmas cracker in the run up to Christmas on Wednesdays. If you've got this far in the video, if you've managed to make it to the end, then I think to kick things off properly, and given what we've got behind us, we should maybe go with a snowflake. Give us
snowflake.
a snowflake emoji in the comments.
That seems like a plan.
Um, I am gonna go and drink another cup of tea. Charlie's
I'm
probably
going
got
to
to
try
get
and go on
dinner
my
on.
exercise bike because I'm
Oh,
endeavoring to try and be a little bit fitter this year. I say that because it's the end of the year now.
wow.
Go
Yeah,
into December.
that is definitely a Charlie thing. Starting a goal in January and only getting around to it in December.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
much it.
definitely,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a Charlie
Well,
thing. That's a Charlie thing.
that is the Charlie thing of the week.
Thank you so much for watching as well. And I wanted to say that we appreciate everybody that is subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe. You really should be doing that. It's not often that you get to see the two Charlies together, and now you're getting to see us a lot more regularly than you ever thought. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end things the way I end most videos. Until next time, that is all.